Yo, people, what's up? It's me, Aseo Kirito X Asuna, and you are watching XX Kirito XX. Today, I'll be doing my first impressions on Blood Lad Episode 1. So, let's begin. Alright, Blood Lad is quirky, and it's this trait that it thrives on wireless, using a content mixture of situational humor and wacky scenery to gain attention and create a comical atmosphere. Blood Lad also attempts to use witty one-liners to grab the audience attention. Whether it does this successfully is up for debate. The humor in Blood Lad isn't for everyone. In fact, I go so far as to say that if you don't usually like anime stereotypes such as the Mo character with seemingly happy brain, turn away and run. This anime is going to be 50% angry vampire with childlike techniques and 50% big-breasted Mo girl with a tendency to get 1 + 1 wrong. Just saying, I like these sorts of characters and find the combination of two to be quite funny and in the romance genre of anime, romance being a subgenre within Blood Lad. If you don't like these types of characters, you're not going to like Blood Lad. End of speaking of our main characters. Stas is quite lad, and apparently hell where you go is your gangster or a cellman eating flowers, right? I think that Stas as a character is a love him or hate him type. I mean, I originally thought he was quite annoying and was still thinking him to be ever so slightly anxious. I think that he slightly redeemed himself by crushing that guy's heart with his mind. That aside, Fuyumi has big boobs and is kinda silly as burns, and my lust sets carnal desires aflame is very interesting indeed. So she somehow managed to walk into a demon world. Nice one. How does that even happen? What kind of imbecile walks into a portal eventually and brimming with a dark energy? Silly girl. I think that dynamic that Stas and Fuyumi are going to create is going to be a hilarious and be flat out awesome. And you've got to admit, the fact that she actually died is pretty funny. Not in the sense that she died because, well, let's face it, we're all going to die. Just the fact that she died in the way she did when she did and how she did. I mean, we saw that plant fly up into Stas' room and we all knew what was going down. Oh, and you got to love how she ended up naked afterwards. Fan service, and Stas didn't even notice it until like 5 minutes had passed with very high school DxD like. Shiny boobs aside, I really like the OST, and wireless were on topic of the music, and the OST, I like the opening a lot, more so I feel than the ending, which was somewhat subpar. The OST fit the mood and feel of the anime perfectly and shown best during comedic scenes and or slower paced dramatic scenes. That is all. What other menial things can we talk about? The animation, meh. It was expected from Brain Base. So nothing mind-blowing, but good enough not to interrupt my viewing pleasure. The character designs are also interesting, seemingly flunking and between vampire and human, seriously. Though Fuyumi has these massive eyes that don't even remotely complement as thin, darkened eyes. Just saying, other than that, I think that were pretty standard, nothing to write home about. And anyway, I guess that's how I sum up Blood Lad. Nothing to write home about. And it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's funny, the premise is interesting, and the OST is pretty nice, but that's about it. We've seen anime like this before, and it's done better. This was one of those setting up episodes that really does nothing to give you a real feel for the anime and what it's going to be like. I mean, it's pretty much the first 5 minutes of a Hatarago Mao-sama expanded upon with less devil versus angels and more gangster botanist, you know. I'll give it 3 episodes before I decide. I'm not sold. I need to see what life in the human world is like and how Stas deals with it before I decide to watch, let alone in about Bloodbath, where episode 1 lacked content. Episode 2 should be full of the brim. Hopefully there are still 2 more there are still 2 more main characters to be introduced. It would apparently seem, and I'm looking forward to the dynamic that they bring to that show. So yeah, I thought it was okay. Overall, I thought it was okay. Not decent or good. I thought it was okay. Overall, I have to give it a rating 8 out of 10. It was funny. It had some comedic scenes. And that's all I have to say. It's me, SAO Kirito X Asana, signing out. Peace and sayonara. Bye, guys.